before Joe Biden dropped out of the race, Axios has a story saying that he delayed a little bit because he was unsure about Kamala Harris. Uh-oh, a little bit of drama. Now remember, in his initial statement saying that he was dropping out of the campaign, he did not endorse Kamala Harris. I don't know if he forgot. I don't know if that was on purpose to say a slight wink and a nod to I'm not sure, or if he's just angry and he put out the statement. I don't see how it could be calculated, because when Kamala Harris wasn't mentioned, people were like, whoa, he's not endorsing Kamala Harris, and that didn't sit well, obviously, with a lot of people. About a half an hour later, he did put out a second statement endorsing her, but maybe it's because he had doubts all along. So let's go to the Axios piece. They say President Biden hesitated to drop his re-election campaign in part because he and his senior advisors worried that Vice President Kamala Harris wasn't up to taking on Donald Trump, according to 3 Biden aides familiar with recent talks about his plans. Now, by the way, it's not like Joe Biden had the world's greatest judgment near the end there. So if he had doubts about Kamala Harris, doesn't mean he's right, but it is interesting. I mean, he has worked with her for 3.5 years, and apparently he harbored some of those doubts. So let's keep going. They say this next week will be critical for Harris to prove doubters wrong as she moves quickly to try to clear the field of potential challengers for the Democratic nomination. But as we just told you on the live show, in the last story, it looks like she might have already done that. So hey, there you go, she passed that test. They continue, Biden, Bill, and Hillary Clinton and many Democratic lawmakers quickly endorsed Harris, but others, including former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, House Democratic Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and former President Barack Obama did not immediately do so.
Thanks for watching. Our audience has helped build TYT into the media giant it is today. Together, we can accomplish anything. Support our work and join us at tyt.com/team.
So I thought that was very telling. So it's not just Biden who had at least some concern or doubts. It was all those major leaders in the Democratic Party. But as we discussed earlier, Democrats en masse, in my opinion, both the voters and the politicians panicked. Was like, we need a leader, it's gotta be Kamala Harris. What I was trying to do is go, whoa, hold on a second. Let's figure out why these guys are worried about her, but we didn't. So it looks like she's probably going to be the nominee as things stand now. But they continue. Of the 47 Harris staffers, this is some of the reasons they're concerned. Of the 47 Harris staffers listed in 2021, only 5 still work for her as of this spring, according to the disclosures. That's a little concerning. So now she has to disclose about half of her staff because of Senate rules, not the other half, but in this half, 42 out of 47 left. That's not a great sign, but hold on. There's twists and turns here because let's hear out why they did. So Axios says some former aides said Harris had high standards that some did not want to keep up with, but others felt that she frequently grilled them the way she grilled Trump officials, such as then Attorney General Jeff Sessions when she represented California in the US Senate. Former aides often referred to Harris as prosecuting the staff. That doesn't sound that bad at all. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh my God, she was once mean to an employee and asked for research. No, she's the Vice President of the United States of America. She should grill her staff and they should be perfectly prepared and they need to get her prepared. Now, when I've seen her in public until recently, she didn't look that prepared. So I think maybe she should have grilled her staff even more, but I don't mind that at all. If the people are putting that out to attack her, I think for me it has the opposite effect. I hope she is vigilant as a boss. Alex Thompson from Axios continues, White House aides sometimes felt Harris wasn't a team player and stayed away from any task with risk. At times, Harris aides suspected Biden's team didn't want to give Harris opportunities to shine to avoid her being seen as a viable alternative to Biden ahead of his re-election bid. Well, again, I don't want to break your heart, guys, but these politicians are oftentimes not such good people behind the scenes. So while Biden and Harris publicly say, we love each other, and Biden belatedly says, just the best decision I ever made was picking Kamala Harris as my VP, I endorse her. Said behind the scenes, he's like, I don't know about her, man. She might be trying to upstage me. Well, then don't give her anything good. Bruh, that's disastrous. Jesus Christ, the country's on the line here, work together. Meanwhile, of all the things stated so far, the one that concerns me most about Kamala Harris is she's adverse to taking risks. But if you're gonna be a bold leader and you're gonna win a campaign, you gotta take some risks. So if you're just sitting there going, and you're scared of taking risks, that is not a good sign. Tough boss, not bad. Risk averse, not good. Okay, in April 2022, Harris was this is an amazing story, was the guest for a dinner at a DC news mogul, David Bradley's home, a salon-style event Bradley hosts with Washington journalists and newsmakers. Harris's anxiety about the dinner was such that her staff held a mock dinner beforehand with staffers playing participants, according to 2 people familiar with the event. That's a really bad sign. I've been to a ton of events, with politicians, people in media, significant folks, to dinners. Any of you do mock dinners to prepare? I know she's a vice president, totally different, I get it. You're gonna go over to Bob's house, you're not gonna do a mock dinner, I got it, right? But even in that dinner, they're like, well, should we give her a couple of glasses of wine to simulate the dinner better? And then they decided against it. I don't know, man, that's super weird. Like if you're a politician, you should be able to schmooze a room filled with powerful people. A rehearsal for a very normal power dinner in Washington, that does not give me a lot of comfort. Okay, so look, jury's out overall on how she's gonna do, some good signs, some bad signs. But that's why we should have tested her. But no one wanted to test her, no one wanted to vet her. They just wanted to jump right in without knowing enough. So now you see these things. I hope it doesn't come back to bite us. But her being super nervous, her having to practice normal mundane things, not great signs. But I hope she continues being tough internally and externally. And lately, the last couple of weeks, she's been giving good speeches and interviews, way better than the word salad she was doing before. So jury is totally out. I have no idea how she's going to perform. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.